The readings will now be given by Fairley from Maryland.
The Bible, Psalms. O Lord, how manifold are thy works! In wisdom hast thou made them all. The earth is full of thy riches. My mouth shall speak of wisdom, and the meditation of my heart shall be of understanding. Deuteronomy. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, Surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who hath God so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for? 1 Kings. God gave Solomon wisdom and understanding exceeding much, and largeness of heart, even as the sand that is on the seashore. And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country, and all the wisdom of Egypt. For he was wiser than all men, than Ethan the Ezrahite, and Hema, and Calcol, and Darda, the sons of Mahol, and his fame was in all nations round about. And he spake 3,000 proverbs, and his songs were 1,005. And he spake of trees, from the cedar tree that is in Lebanon, even unto the hyssop that springeth out of the wall. He spake also of beasts, and of fowl, and of creeping things, and of fishes. And there came of all people to hear the wisdom of Solomon from all kings of the earth which had heard of his wisdom. Proverbs. My son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom and apply thine heart to understanding, yea, if thou criest after knowledge, and liftest up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver, and searchest for her as for hid treasures, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord, and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. Receive my instruction, and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver? Job. With the ancient is wisdom, and in length of days understanding. With him is wisdom and strength. He hath counsel and understanding. Behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. James. Who is a wise man and endued with knowledge among you? Let him show out of a good conversation his works with meekness of wisdom. Romans. Oh, the depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of God. How unsearchable are his judgments, and his ways past finding out. For who hath known the mind of the Lord? Or who hath been his counselor? Or who hath first given to him, and it shall be recompensed unto him again? For of him and through him and to him are all things, to whom be glory forever. Amen. Correlative passages from Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures and Prose Works by Mary Baker Eddy. God is not moved by the breath of praise to do more than he has already done, nor can the infinite do less than bestow all good. Since he is unchanging wisdom and love, we can do more for ourselves by humble, fervent petitions, but the all-loving does not grant them simply on the ground of lip service, for he already knows all. Wisdom and love may require many sacrifices of self to save us from sin. The belief that the universe, including man, is governed in general by material laws, but that occasionally spirit sets aside these laws. This belief belittles omnipotent wisdom and gives to matter the precedence over spirit. Spirit, life, truth, love combine as one and are the scriptural names for God. All substance, intelligence, wisdom, being, immortality, cause and effect belong to God. These are his attributes, the eternal manifestations of the infinite divine principle, love. No wisdom is wise but his wisdom. No truth is true. No love is lovely. No life is life but the divine. No good is but the good God bestows. The attributes of God are justice, mercy, wisdom, goodness, and so on. Truth places the cherub wisdom at the gate of understanding to note the proper guest. Radiant with mercy and justice, the sword of truth gleams afar and indicates the infinite distance between truth and error, between the material and spiritual, the unreal and the real. The Hebrew lawgiver, slow of speech, despaired of making the people understand what should be revealed to him. When, led by wisdom to cast down his rod, he saw it become a serpent. Moses fled before it, but wisdom bade him come back and handle the serpent. And then Moses' fear departed. In this incident was seen the actuality of science. Matter was shown to be a belief only. The serpent, evil, under wisdom's bidding, was destroyed through understanding divine science. And this proof was a staff upon which to lean. The illusion of Moses lost its power to alarm him when he discovered that what he apparently saw was really but a phase of mortal belief. God is the only mind. His ways are not as our ways. The divine modes and manifestations are not those of the material senses. For instance, intelligent matter or mortal mind, material birth, growth, and decay, they are the forever existing realities of divine science, wherein God and man are perfect, and man's reason is at rest in God's wisdom, who comprehends and reflects all real mode, form, individuality, identity. The mythology of evil and mortality is but the material mode of a suppositional mind, while the immortal modes of mind are spiritual and pass through none of the changes of matter or evil. Truth said, and said from the beginning, "Let us, spirit, make man perfect." And there is no other maker. A perfect man would not desire to make himself imperfect. And God is not chargeable with imperfection. His modes declare the beauty of holiness, and his manifold wisdom shines through the visible world in glimpses of eternal verities. Even through the mists of mortality is seen the brightness of his coming. Man is the generic term for all humanity. Woman is the highest species of man. And this word is the generic term for all women. But not one of all these individualities is an Eve or an Adam. They have none of them lost their harmonious state in the economy of God's wisdom and government. The education of the future will be instruction in spiritual science against the material, symbolic, counterfeit sciences. All the knowledge and vain strivings of mortal mind that lead to death, even when aping the wisdom and magnitude of immortal mind, will be swallowed up by the reality and omnipotence of truth over error and of life over death. Christ said, "They shall take up serpents, and be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." The wisdom of a serpent is to hide itself. The wisdom of God, as revealed in Christian science, brings the serpent out of its hole, handles it, and takes away its sting.